TheAnswer.com. This will be the last Friday, at least until next baseball season, that you have to leave the airways. If you do that, and folks who can't listen to us right now will be able to listen to us, because the baseball season for the Tampa Bay Rays, I'm afraid, is over Sunday. They have one more weekend of play, and then they're going home because they are not going to the postseason. All right, Sherry has been patiently holding on the line. Sherry, thank you so much for calling. And by the way, thanks for being, just being a great listener. Well, we appreciate that. Well, if you desire, after we finish talking, you're welcome to stay on hold so that you can listen to the rest of the show. He will. He's just give us the thumbs up. Yes. He did. He's the one. He's the one that is going to be on it. Is that right? Now, I don't imagine, though, that this fellow would have been able to get that information unless perhaps the local media made a big deal about it. Oh, I see. Then that maybe the local newspaper or the local TV did make a big deal about him coming back and going to school there. Right. Right. Oh, sure. Is that right?
Wow.
Oh. Right. What would Jesus do? I remember that. Yeah. I remember that. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I'd forgotten about that, but I do remember that. That was reported. But you're right. I know. This is. Yeah. Aubrey wanted to say something.
Sherry, I don't know if you read about it as well, but there's a Army vet by the name of Christopher Mercer who started at the college this semester, and he actually rushed the gunman. He was shot 7 times, and he's in the hospital. He's going to make a full recovery, thank God.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's something.
They say he'll have to learn to walk again, but this guy, he'll learn. I have no doubts about it. He's a guy that's determined and has intestinal fortitude.
Yes, you're talking about the person yesterday.
Yes.
You're right. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to take the Gallagher approach. They will not get mentioned on this show. And like it was the chief of police or because that does make a difference.
It does make a difference. Psychologically, that's what they're looking for.
They're looking for recognition.
15 minutes
They
of
want
fame.
their 15 minutes of fame, and they get it on all the liberal medias. They're going to mention the name. They're going to be talking about them, and they'll click through the channels wherever they are in prison because they get cable TV now.
Oh, they get
you
the
know, oh
newspapers.
look, that was me.
Oh, yeah.
That was me. That was me.
Oh, yeah,
I'm big and powerful. You know?
yeah, that's
it's a big ego stroke for them.
well, except for in his case, he's dead, but nonetheless,
His family.
yeah, and
His family's gonna. He's
and
a martyr.
others like him,
He died for Allah.
and others like him.
Yes.
You see,
There are plenty.
right. But a lot of it does, and once again, I suggest you folks out there read Chronicles. Boy, am I ready for the weekend. Carl's article on World News Daily, because he's talking about bringing God back into the equation here. You know, this is when we talk about this insanity and all this. The insanity started back when we took God out of our lives. That's when the insanity started. So it's not a remarkable thing that these idiots who show up doing this do not have God in their lives. That's a big piece of the puzzle right there, I think. Anyway, Sherry. Yeah.
Hmm?
And then they took out the boards of education, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Welcome to my club.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Most people who are in prison are in there because they had a lack of guidance, not too much of it. And right. 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 Yeah, but see, he was just following suit with what the president offered as an argument. You see, he was actually doing what I said the president was trying to cause. He was calling up, blaming us.
Yeah.
Right? That was the underlying tone of his message. How many more have to die before you do something about this? You see?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
well.
Thank you very much. Well, feel free to call in, ask any questions. If we cannot answer them, we'll just plead the fifth.
Can you answer questions about stables? Because she's got a horse.
Well, I can talk until I'm
Beth's on. That's
I've inspected stables. I've mucked out stables. I've done a lot of stuff.
All right. Well.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Sherry. Once again, you can just just hang on the line. Nick will just put you on hold so you can.
You too.
Yep.
God bless.
Absolutely.
Enjoy.
You will that. Real quickly before we get moving any further, and Dr. K has been solicited by the Democratic Party for his expert advice again.
Yep. Got another letter.
Let me just give you the, yesterday I gave you some Suffolk USA Today poll numbers for the Republicans, which showed Donald Trump still firmly in the lead. Just real quickly, he is in this poll at 23. You've got Ben Carson at 13, Fiorina at 13, Rubio 9, Bush 8, Cruz 6. All of them of that list except Bush either moved up or in Cruz's case stayed the same. Bush moved down 6 points. What you're seeing with Rubio is benefiting from the lack of luster, shall we say, of the other establishment candidates. He's kind of rising. He's the cream of the crop, if you will, of the establishment candidates.
He's a pretty boy.
He's a pretty boy,
Yeah.
and he talks a pretty game. But to me, I believe he would be a disaster as a president, simply because he doesn't. He's an Obama, and what I mean by that is simply as a man that doesn't have a lot of experience outside the world of government.
Yeah.
And that's not what we need, I don't think, at this time. Although he is very smart, and he's a pretty decent candidate. But nonetheless, none of the establishment candidates are touching these outsiders. The outsiders are gaining the numbers from the establishment, not the other way around. So it's looking stronger and stronger for outsider candidates, at least amongst the Republican field. Now with the Democratic field, it's looking stronger and stronger for a particular outside the primary candidate, and that's Joe Biden. And the same poll shows Hillary Clinton still ahead with 41%. These are nationwide polls, by the way. 41%. That's down 9 points from the last time they took this poll in July. Bernie Sanders comes in at 23. He's up 9 points. And there's Joe Biden at 20, up 12 points since they took this poll. The guy's not even in the race, and he's already putting pressure on the other two candidates. So it's once again looking worse and worse for Hillary, better and better for the outsiders. And in this particular case, one of those outsiders is an insider. For now, he's an outsider, and that's Joe Biden. All right. Having said that, the Democratic Party is looking hard and far and wide.
Yeah, looking for money. I mean,
looking for money mostly.
Well, if they want to look wide, they don't have to look much further than Hillary.
Especially from the backside.
Ooh, you guys.
I can say that on the radio.
My wife doesn't listen to the show.
If you are, you better go out in the woods and say it, right?
No. Before we get into this, let me try to reframe what you did earlier with the Barack Obama little tangent you went off on there.
Yeah.
How about if you look at that as his endorsement of Trump? Because he said don't vote for any politicians.
Well, that's in a way.
In a way, because he doesn't want Hillary, he doesn't want Bernie, he doesn't want Joe to win the election.
Hillary's not a
He
politician.
doesn't want anybody that's going to go ahead and do
She's a criminal.
anything. Well, he doesn't want to do anything that's going to damage what he's accomplished.
Yes, which is?
Well, I don't know. I've been looking.
To trash the nation,
basically,
and the world.
You know, I thought there was never going to be a smaller book than the book on business ethics. But this...
Hey,
his achievements, it might just beat them.
You know, I thought he was tied with Carter for the worst president in the United States has ever had. You know, but then as soon as he got that second election, he just blew Carter off the map and had 4 more years to make himself cement himself in that position.
And there's evidence to point that out. Just in today's jobs numbers. You notice the stock market being down big today is because the jobs numbers were so dismal, and the employment rate, the number of people actually working, is at its lowest level in terms of percentages.
But the White House
since 1977.
Watch, be careful. Listen to what I'm telling you. Over the weekend, they're going to readjust those numbers. And they're going to add in all the Americans that have left the United States to join the Taliban. They're going to put those into the unemployment numbers and say, see, we're doing a great job.
Yeah, they're employed.
They're employed, right?
Yeah,
no, the participation rate is down to almost nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it's 62.4%. And by the way, the majority of the people who are not working but could be working, should be working, are women.
Yeah.
They talk about the war on women and all, they're not getting the opportunities and getting the majority of these 90-some-odd million people now who are employable and don't have jobs are women.
It's the Republicans' fault.
It is, and that's actually one of the questions on here. Is
well, first of all, tell folks what you got.
What I got in the mail. What I got in the mail, folks, it says, Dear Kenneth, which, like, my mother's the only one that calls me that, which is scary right off the bat.
Your mother a Democrat?
No, God, no.
I met the woman. This woman is, she's red and white blue through and through, yeah.
All right, so it says, you are one of a select group of local Democratic Party leaders.
Woohoo!
Really? Okay. And I'm asked to
maybe we start checking your credentials before we let you in here.
Let's do that. That'd be fun.
You know what? Your social security number might have been stolen. You better check.
I better look.
Your ID might have been stolen.
Somebody might be collecting unemployment on my behalf. Damn. Okay. So they sent me this survey. It's the 2015 Official Democratic Party Survey, and they asked me to fill it out. And there's some really cool questions on here, and it says. Do you support President Obama taking action on issues that Republicans refuse to bring to a vote, such as immigration? And of course I answered no. This is, do you rank the following Democratic economic priorities in order of importance from one equals most? Okay, so they want you to put one, and because they can't get Democrats to count higher than 1, I guess. So here we go. Make it possible for all American workers to earn sick days and family leave.
12.
Oh, okay. End gender discrimination and pay and ensure women receive equal pay. You notice how they package gender discrimination and
they don't
women
pay the women the same as they pay the men anyway.
Well, they're just taking Hillary's lead on that.
And
so,
Obama's.
because Hillary has women employed, she doesn't pay them equal to the men. So, so what I did, close tax loopholes. That's another one.
Yeah, we got
to do that. And increase the tax code so corporations and ultra wealthy will pay their fair shares.
Oh yeah,
I love that.